So, you may be wondering why you're staring at an unpainted wall. Well, that's because a wall is pretty important if you plan to mount monitors to it. And my wall is actually kind of bad. It's an old timber house, and as we discovered, the studs in the walls are, well, there are three things wrong with them. One, they're spaced at irregular intervals, which kind of makes it difficult to space monitors at regular intervals. Secondly, they were extremely narrow, and therefore the VESA mounts would actually overlap and wouldn't really mount very well at all. And thirdly, they were made of an extremely dense hardwood, which means drilling in through VESA mounts into these hardwood studs, it doesn't really work that well. It's very, very hard. The totally different kinds of screws. So basically, the plan B was to mount the backing boards to the studs, and then the VESA mounts to the backing boards.
It is recording.
Alrighty. So let's just get on with it.
Let's not between the window and here.
We got 1 hour, 3 minutes, 12 seconds from now.
Yeah. First things first, let's find the right drill bit.
No, first things first, we need to mark the studs. We have the pencil. Look!
Hold on.
Let's,
You want to start again?
no, keep going.
Right.
So we need the pencil.
Well done.
That must be up there. Last bit. Did you delete the previous?
That rhythm.
as you guys probably noticed, that top middle screen is no longer there. It's gone. I've just got these 3 monitors on the bottom row. And the reason for that is that it was causing me all sorts of neck problems. The top screen was basically a dedicated console screen, so whenever I was playing, you know, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, I'd just switch over the cable that was plugged into my Elgato capture card in the back of my computer, and then that was outputting directly up to that top middle screen. The issue with this is that that screen was way too high and my neck was always bent back, and I ended up with some terrific neck problems. So I ended up getting rid of it after about 3 or 4 months of using it, and the HDMI cord is now plugged into this bottom screen, so it's the HDMI, just a second input. And OBS doesn't like to play nice with Elgato, so if I switch the inputs on the screen, it can crash OBS and all sorts of weird things happen, so I've got a little bit of a formula that I've kind of worked out. But yeah, so basically this is my central monitor now, and for everything, you know, console games, game dev, anything like that, this is the monitor that I use for that. So the screen that you're focusing on, you're not turned to the right, you're not turned to the left, it's quite a good position for your neck. Now it is a little bit high, a couple centimeters too high. For the most part it works great. Right screen, as you can see, full of all my streaming apps, chat, face rig. Oh, currently it's tracking my face. Nom 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 nom. Hello. Hello. Yes, indeed. So it kind of works. It's a little dodge. You gotta enunciate your words extremely well. The facial animations are a little weird, but it works for the most part. It does the job. And you got OBS, Streamlabs, all that sort of stuff. My bots are also running on that screen. They're just minimized. And on the left side, anything else, other peripheral applications, Discord, iTunes, web browser, task manager, stuff like that all goes on the left-hand side. That's basically my 20 cents on, you know, how you should use your monitors, you know, my experience with my monitor setup. I've had this set up for about a year. And those are my conclusions that I've been able to draw from how I've had it, how I've been using it, and what works best for me. Your mileage may vary. It sort of depends on what you're going to be, how you're going to be using the monitors, what you're doing on them, how much real estate you need, the pixel density. In my case, this just works perfectly for me. May not work as well for you, but it just depends on how you're going to do it. I'm not going to have this set up for much longer. Going to be moving into the new streamer house pretty soon. Yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.